Hello again and welcome back to the holiday haven of Cruise1st TV. Ready to put some sunshine on your screens every day here on Sky 681, in the afternoons on Freeview 89, and of course all day long you can watch the channel on our website cruise1st.tv or on our YouTube channel. You can even watch while you're on holiday if you like. Talking of holidays, 3 crackers to show you now with Norwegian Cruise Line. Freestyle cruising, all inclusive on their beautiful ships, taking the most fascinating worldwide trips. Now, we're planning today for next October and November with deposits of just £199 per person across the show. We're going to be heading off to Japan and South Korea, which is just pleased Richard behind the camera there. Very always loves to see Japan pop up. We're heading also to South Africa, Madagascar and Mauritius later, but we'll start with a cracker of a 16-night trip for the 27th of November next year for 16 nights. A city break in New York and the Eastern Caribbean all-inclusive. I'm ready. Sounds perfect. So we fly off to New York first, and there's plenty of time to explore. We've got 3 nights in a hotel here. Wonderful. Well, you can do it all. New York is on my list. Got to do it, I think. Top of the Rock, the observation deck, Manhattan skyline, head out on Broadway and go and see some shows. I'd love to stand in Times Square. The shopping, of course, is absolutely brilliant. You've got the Empire State Building. There's many sights to go and see as well. Strawberry Fields, the Alice in Wonderland statue. You, of course, have got the 9/11 Memorial there to go and visit. Cleopatra's Needle, Central Park, the Statue of Liberty. Oh my word, I think maybe we need longer than 3 nights, and if you do want longer than 3 nights we can book it for you. Then it's time for us to cruise, and we're on the Norwegian Breakaway this time for 12 nights, all inclusive as well. So you've got premium extra drinks, you've got 2 extra nights of specialty dining included, just some Wi-Fi and some shore excursion credit for every single port you go into. The Breakaway is so popular as well. Really nice, of course. These ships with Norwegian are very much about bringing the outside inside. So lots of the dining venues, as you can see there, are on the outside of the ship. So you can dine in or you can dine out, which is lovely. So many activities for all ages to enjoy as well. Things like the mini golf and these courses, these ropes courses that go up on the top deck. They're great fun. If you've got the littlies with you, brilliant. They're going to have a great time. Of course, you just saw Dora the Explorer, I think, there as well, and lots of those kind of characters will be around. SpongeBob pops up from time to time as well. They've got the kids clubs, they've got, great events that they have on board for the kids as well. So whether it's a family time or whether it's just you two as a couple, or maybe a couple of generations of the same family, it's great for family groups because you've got so many different types of activities going on from literally dawn right the way through to the following dawn as well. You could be up all night dancing the night away, so everyone just has an absolutely brilliant time on board. Ready for 13 nights then out to the Caribbean. First 3 days are at sea, and we're into Bazatir in St Kitts even, where you can go into Cockleshell Beach there, which is a nice little hideaway with a really great atmosphere, and you can try all kinds of water sports there. Then we head on to Bridgetown in Barbados, the only city in Barbados. There's a lovely rum distillery there I think I'd like to head into to enjoy one at a time responsibly. Broad Street is great for the shopping, or you can just have a chilled out day on the beach. How about St Lucia? Yes, with the peaks of the Le Pitons and the gardens of Hibiscus and Bougainvillea. You can watch the parrots and the hummingbirds just doing their thing, or you can visit lovely little fishing villages here as well. To St John's in Antigua next, the capital of Antigua and Barbuda. 2/3 of the island is national park here. You've got the most amazing beaches and rainforests to go and see too. Next, we move on to Charlotte Amalie in St Thomas, which again is just pure paradise. Lindquist Beach here is the secluded beach that you really want to see. Megan's Bay, very popular, or you could seek out the Secret Harbour, which is very nice indeed. 3 days at sea, we are back into New York, and that's where we fly back to the UK. Of course, if you want longer than the initial 3 nights in New York, we can always add further nights into your package. That really isn't an issue whatsoever. It's very easy for our team to do that. Of course, it affects the price, but we can quote you for that individually. Now, if you like this as a package as it is, the good news is we're planning so far in advance that deposits on this are just £199 each, which makes the budgeting so simple. The other thing about a cruise holiday is that your due date for final payment is usually 16 weeks before you go away, there or thereabouts. So by the time it's paid for, you're still a few months before you actually go on your holiday. So by the time you go on your holiday, the paying for it is so behind you that it's like, right, let's go for it. Let's really enjoy this. So your deposits today, £199 each. That includes the flight from the UK out to New York, 3 nights in the Big Apple. I'm sure you've got a long list of things that you want to do while you're there. Then you've got your incredible Caribbean cruise with Norwegian on the breakaway. That's freestyle cruising, remember, for 12 nights of fun in the sun with your premium drinks package. And it is all the drinks you recognise behind the bar as well, by the way. You've got a Wi-Fi package included. You've got shore excursion credit, $50 per port per cabin included for shore excursion credits. And you've got 2 nights of specialty dining included. And you can buy even more while you're on board as well if you want to. Plus, we've included at the end of the cruise your flight back from New York, because it's rude to leave you there. And all of that for just this, which I think in this day and age is pretty darn good. You can lock in this price right now with a deposit of just £199 each, $2,399. Now that seriously is still the amount of money in my head of going online to one of those sites that flights and hotels, you know, one of those kind of websites, which we all do. We have a little flight of fancy every now and again, and you're trying to cost up flights to and from New York and a few nights there in a hotel, and before you know about it, the budget has completely and utterly run away. Remember, that also has an all-inclusive cruise around the Caribbean attached to that price tag, plus your flights to and from New York, plus 3 nights in a New York hotel as well. That is the most incredible value for money, and this is really brilliant cruising as well, by the way. This isn't budget cruising, this is far from budget cruising, this is really classy cruising with Norwegian. It's amazing. So let's have a look at upgrade prices. If you do want to upgrade, maybe you want the ocean view, maybe you want that balcony, maybe you want to disappear right the way up into a fabulous suite where you've got your own wonderful reserved areas just for suite passengers up in the Haven. It's incredible. It's such a nice experience. And listen, if you want to know more about the ship, the cruise line, anything else you need to know, talk to our team on 0800 953 4700 and they can go through anything you like, and you can tailor this as much as you want to as well. Let's say, for instance, you want to keep your 3 nights in New York, but then when you cruise back into New York, you want to fly somewhere else in America first before you then come back. You can absolutely do that. Not a problem whatsoever. We can tailor every single package. But the reason I say do it all with us is, remember, when you book a holiday package with us, every single penny that you spend with us is protected under our ABTA bonding and our ATOL license as well. So you don't have that kind of jeopardy that when you arrange it yourself, it's kind of, you know, if it goes wrong at all, that it's kind of, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? But when you book a package with us, it's so much more protected, and you're handing over the responsibility of that all over to us as well, which we're very happy to take without an extra booking fee. It's just one of the many reasons that people trust us every year with their tailor-made holidays.
With over 20 years of travel experience, when booking with Cruise1st, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of ABTA and ATOL protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is safe with us. We've been on your TV screens for over a decade, and we guarantee the best cruise prices. If you find one of our offers cheaper elsewhere on TV, then we'll match or beat that price. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday with many of our deals. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until your due date to pay your balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 6,000 independent reviews, so you can be fully confident when booking your next holiday with Cruise1st.
So there you go, that's us. It's good. It's very, very important as well. If you are new to Cruise1st, and we are here every single day, by the way, we do try and kind of tell you as it is. You know, it's exciting holidays, and we like to get you the very, very best value for money as well. We're not racing to the top here, sending everyone to the highest suites, you know, to rake in the commission. We are looking for you the very, very best value holiday, and the cruise line that we send you away with has to be the right one for you as well. And that's why talking to our team really is the thing to do, because we're coming up to our 25th anniversary as a business, Cruise1st. And as our name suggests, it's cruise first. That's what we major in. Yes, we book hotel stays and other things as well, but we major in cruise. So we've got a much broader knowledge of the whole cruise industry, the cruise lines individually. A lot of our team have been on the ships as well quite regularly. We have familiarization trips, etc. So we get on board and see. So we can answer those questions that not necessarily everyone can without having to make countless phone calls, which is really good. Anyway, let's continue on our journeys now with Norwegian Cruise Line, and now we're going for a taste of the exotic. And this is what Norwegian do so well, really adventurous itineraries, because we are about to head to South Africa, Madagascar and dreamy Mauritius, all over 19 nights, and this is for the 19th of November next year. We're flying first over to Cape Town in South Africa under the watchful gaze of Table Mountain, and we're staying here for a 3-night hotel stay. Now, you can be really brave while you're in Cape Town if you want to. You can go on safari adventures. You can even cage dive with great white sharks here if you fancy it. But if you just want to wander around the city, enjoy its fabulous shopping, its fabulous views, you've got to go up to the top of Table Mountain though, haven't you? I mean, just look at it. It is just stunning. It's very easy to get up there as well, because there is a cable car which will take you up. There's also Chapman's Peak and wonderful drives along the coastline that you can take as part of tours around Cape Town. Of course, there are lots of safari experiences not too far away. They have a big Cape wheel in the city to get some incredible views, and they have the Victoria and Alfred waterfront as well. So very, very different areas in a fascinating part of the world, and plenty of time to see it over 3 nights. And then we start cruising to the exotic. Well, we're already in the exotic, really, aren't we, in South Africa? Not many people have been there, but we're here now on the Norwegian Dawn for 12 nights. And again, we're all inclusive here. Freestyle dining, it means you can dine in any of the restaurants that you fancy, whether you're going main dining or whether you're going speciality at any time you like, which is fantastic. They've got really, really kind of open dining there, which I like to see. It is because you never know day by day what you fancy to eat, how much, how little. You know, sometimes you just think, actually, I've had such a busy day walking, getting your steps in, that you might just think, you know what, open the balcony doors, stick the telly on, and let's order room service. And you can do that, of course, while you're on board. But do take advantage of all the perks that are included here as well, because you are free at sea. So you've got premium drinks included while you're on your cruise. You have got a Wi-Fi package. You've got 2 nights of speciality dining and lots of restaurants to choose from when it comes to speciality. You've got Los Lobos, which is Mexican. You've got a sushi speciality. There's Cagney's Steakhouse, which is just beautiful. Le Bistro, French, Teppanyaki, La Cucina, Italian. Need I go on? There's a Brazilian churrascaria there as well, which is a Brazilian steakhouse, which is lovely. Very, very nice. Lots of pools and everything else to enjoy as well. I could go on, but let's go cruising. First of all, around South Africa, first to Mossel Bay. Snorkeling here, game reserve experiences for you to enjoy around this port too. Really beautiful parts of South Africa. Next we go into Jebera, which is the port for Port Elizabeth here in South Africa. You can go on a safari here to the Addo Elephant National Park, ride around in 4x4 and go and see the Big 5 as well on a safari experience. Next we go into Richards Bay. We're here for 2 days actually. Try your hand at surfing while you're here. Richards Bay has its own game reserve park as well, or you can get astonishing views of the beach from the top of the lighthouse, which is very nice. 2 days at sea to Nosy Be in Madagascar, and there's the Lokobi Nature Reserve here. You can visit the Sacred Banyan Tree Memorial, have a stroll along the Nosy Iranja Beach. learn about the lemurs and lots more. Ansi Renana staying in Madagascar. This is in the far north of Madagascar this time. Fascinating and bustling place. Wander the central market here. Biodiverse and a fascinating part of the world. A day at sea. We are in Point de Galet, which is in Reunion Island, heading to the Indian Ocean to the east of Madagascar this time. Beautiful island. Lots of tours to look out for here. And you can see that beautiful piton at the top. Just fascinating. Then we head into Port Louis in Mauritius. Now we stay here for an overnight and then we come off the ship and stay for another 2 nights in a hotel because it's Mauritius. Why not? There's a bazaar of Port Louis to enjoy the local souvenirs here. There's the Blue Penny Museum, which shows you the history of this region of the world. You can wander the streets of Chinatown while you're here, enjoy all the fabulous foods, or maybe take a hike up Le Pouce Mountain for stunning views of the city and across the island. And you can see there are lots of experiences that you can enjoy here. It is just pure bliss. We are in Mauritius. It's like a dreamscape kind of place, isn't it? You just say the name and you just know it is going to be absolutely wonderful. What a nice experience that would be to actually take a horseback ride along the beaches there, see all the natural parks. There are wonderful botanical gardens here as well. Oh my word. The whole holiday is so exotic as well, isn't it? So very, very different. You know, cruising many parts of South Africa, staying in Cape Town, seeing Madagascar. It's a place I long to see from back in my gemstone talking days, actually, because a lot of fine gemstones come from Madagascar, and it's nice to see the areas they're actually mined in too. And then Mauritius, an extra night overnight on board on the ship, and then 2 extra nights in a hotel. And of course we can tailor it further if you fancy it, but it is one of the most incredible cruise itineraries to enjoy with Norwegian, and they do many others that take you far off the beaten track as well. So if you've ever fancied cruising this part of the world, really, really adventurous. And it's a very popular itinerary as well. So your 19 nights includes your flight from here out to Cape Town. When I say from here, I mean the UK, out to Cape Town in South Africa, not just from Warrington, right the way around the UK. We will fly you out to South Africa. You've got 3 nights there in Cape Town in a hotel, and then your 12 nights of cruising on the Norwegian Dawn to around South Africa, Madagascar, Reunion, and ending in Mauritius with your extra overnight and 2 nights there in a hotel. And we fly you right the way back to here in the UK as well. The cruise includes your premium drinks, 2 nights of specialty dining, shore excursion credits for every port you go into, and a Wi-Fi package. Oh, and a low deposit as well to lock in our price today, just £199 each today. Guarantees this price tag here, which will, I'm absolutely sure of it, will move between now and the cruise happening, because it happens all the time in cruise. Because as soon as, this is why we're getting in right now, early booking, early planning. So £199 each deposit locks that price in for you right now. Travel pricing is often dynamic, as I'm sure you know. You know, if you go to a hotel's website, you look at a price one day and you think, oh, I'll book that tomorrow. You come back to the same website tomorrow, that price has jumped. Just because people were looking at it, it's going to happen here as well. But remember, we're getting in early, so we're locking in a great price tag today, and you are getting so much for it as well. Here's the details for upgrading as well, because upgrading is on something like this. I just think upgrading is kind of like the cherry on the cake, is enjoying the very, very best of the experience. Listen, and inside is by no means, you know, settling for anything less than the best, because the staterooms on Norwegian are bright and vibrant and wonderful and luxurious and fully kitted out with everything to make your time on board as wonderful as it can be. But it is nice to treat yourself, isn't it? It is nice, even if it isn't a special occasion. It is quite nice if you're going so far to places so exotic that you've only ever heard of, do you know what I mean, that you've never been anywhere near. It's quite nice to just treat yourself that little bit further. I'm not saying that for any loaded reason, I just want you to have the most fantastic holiday. And at 3299 you are guaranteed an incredible holiday. If you want to extend the time in Cape Town or extend the time in Mauritius on that holiday, just talk to the team. As we said before, we can do that very, very easily. We want to tailor make every holiday that you take with us to you precisely to max out the value. So, you know, ask the question. Maybe you want a week in Mauritius after the cruise. I think I would. Call the team right now, 0800 953 4700. And we've got such a friendly team as well. When you talk to us, call us and talk to us, you'll deal with the same person again and again and again and again, which is brilliant. Our final offer today in this show then is taking us again off the beaten track a little bit in Japan, giving you the opportunity to see many places all in one trip, as well as South Korea, all as part of an all-inclusive and fantastic cruise on the Norwegian Spirit this time. Now you can book this 19 nights today with, again, a deposit of just £199 each. And so we fly off on the 1st of October next year to Tokyo in Japan, and you've got 3 nights in a hotel here first, and what an incredible place to go and explore. I didn't know this, but my little research team, which in the case of Tokyo is Richard behind the cameras, there are more Michelin star restaurants in Tokyo than anywhere else in the world. Who would have thunk it? Although it is a wonderful place to enjoy such a rich variety of food. They are wonderful. Of course, you've got things like sushi and tempura, mojiyaki. Well, I don't know what that is. It sounds nice though, doesn't it? And I've said it completely wrong because I've just got the nod from Richard. Anyway, what a lovely city to go and explore. So many sites, so many districts to go and explore as well. And the shopping in Ginza. Brilliant. Right, time to cruise now. 14 nights of all-inclusive cruising on the Norwegian Spirit. Fully refurbed around 2020. So what we're seeing here is, you know, part of the finishing touches, so don't worry, it's all completely and utterly finished now. Brand new venues on board. Lovely renewed spa as well. I think the spa was kind of doubled in size when they did this latest refurbishment. And you can see, let's just talk about the ambience on board these ships. They are very, very smart, and yet they're such great fun as well. You can see it's all got that 5-star kind of look, that boutique hotel kind of look and feel. Everything is very brand new cocktail bar kind of feel, do you know what I mean? But very, very laid back and pared back design. Very, very simple. It's not busy, it's not loud, but it's great fun for you to enjoy on board. Lots of that speciality dining that we were talking about before on the other ships as well. And of course, you can enjoy those as you want to. The main dining on board, again, is spectacular. I mean, very, very nice, course after course after course. And of course, you've got even more casual dining options as well. So if you just fancy, I don't know what I want tonight, you can just wander around in the buffet and just have a little mooch around as you feel in the Terrace Cafe Raffles. Very, very nice indeed. And you know what, when it comes to entertainment, they really do invest in their entertainment on board. You can see here are some of the new restaurants that have been added as well. Onda by Scarpetta has some of the most rave reviews for specialty dining I've seen across the cruise industry, so it's well worth trying as part of your 14-night cruise. As well as drinks being included, you've got 2 nights of specialty dining already included in the price that we've got here for you. So let's see where we're going. We're cruising out of Yokohama, which is just down the coast from Tokyo, and our first port is Shimizu, which is the port for Mount Fuji. But there's lots more here besides as well. There's a sushi museum here as well, and there's another UNESCO heritage site nearby. Very nice indeed. Next we go into Kobe, port for Kyoto. You can go into the herb gardens here, go up high on the cable car and get the views over the city, go up Mount Rocco and just see how it dominates here as well. And of course, you've got to try the Wagyu beef. Next to Nagoya, which is one of the 5th largest cities in Japan, famed for its castle and the vibrant downtown area, which looks pretty special. That castle looks just dreamy to draw, if you can draw. Day at sea to Hakodate. You can take a cable car up to the summit of the mountain here. There are lakes that you can cruise down below. Anuma Park has stunning lakes as well, dotted around the islands. Very nice indeed. Next we go into Otaru. And this is described as a portrait frozen in time. Very scenic along Hokkaido's west coast here. Lots of nearby national parks and a whiskey distillery that do make the most amazing whiskies here. Niigata is next. Wander through the centre, visit the city aquarium maybe. There's a sake museum here with tastings too. There's rice terraces that you can go and visit at Hoshitogi. Next we go into Kanazawa, a beautiful area here surrounded by the Japanese Alps, and the Hakusan National Park is well worth visiting. Very, very scenic day in this part of the world. Everywhere just looks picture perfect, doesn't it? Hiroshima is next. Temples, parks and museums here. You can visit the famous Carp Castle and learn about the past of this area. There's wonderful gardens dating back to the 1600s too. Sasebo is next, which is one of the Nagasaki ports. Head to Kojuku here, the islands here, by boat, a collection of over 200 mainly uninhabited islands, which would be lovely too. There's an observatory for panoramic views, a zoo park and much more. Into Jeju in South Korea now, lots to see and do here as well, like the Sunrise Park. You can tour the national park here and visit South Korea's highest peak, or maybe take a trip to Loveland Sculpture Park, which apparently is focused on the erotic, which is worth seeing, if only just to say that you have. And then we port into Incheon, which is the port for Seoul in South Korea. We stay here for an overnight on board the ship before we then fly back to the UK. So you've got the chance to take a tour into Seoul itself in South Korea before we then head back to the UK. Pretty full-on holiday this as well, but of course you look at how port intensive you are on the cruise. Actually, I think there's only one day at sea on this whole itinerary. So yeah, this is one where you really need to get the tours booked up. Fascinating itinerary, 19 nights off to discover Japan and South Korea. So we include your flight from the UK to Tokyo, 3 nights there in a hotel, and then 2 weeks of cruising all inclusive on Norwegian Spirit on that really immersive and varied journey through Japan and South Korea, ending with the overnight in the port for Seoul and your flight back from Seoul to the UK. Deposits today £199 each, and your price for the whole, what feels like a real Phileas Fogg adventure, doesn't it? $3,199. We've packed a lot of places and a lot of value and a lot of culture into $3,199. Deposits today of just £199 each. Here are the upgrades for you to Ocean View and balcony. Oh my crikey. That really is a whistle-stop adventure, isn't it, of this part of the world? But, you know, again, Richard, who is behind all of our cameras here in the studio, he tells me quite openly the kind of figures and sums he will spend staying in just maybe 1 or 2 centres in Japan, you know, with flights and accommodation, and then your day-to-day living costs of being out there. And actually, I know just how well this favours in comparison and how many more places you're getting to experience as part of that. Remember, low deposits right the way through the show. Any questions, always talk to our team day and night, 7 days a week, remember, on 0800 953 4700. See you back here soon for more fabulous holiday ideas. Take care.